You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available as podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Today's market transcends beyond ups and shops. Global trends sets the pace for today's trader. On Africa Business Radio, we bring you Social Trader, keeping you updated around the world of online business across social media platforms on africabusinessradio.com.
Hello there, and welcome to another episode of the Social Trader Show here on Africa Business Radio. I hope you are doing well and keeping safe from the deadly coronavirus that has recently been a threat to both human lives and our economy, sadly. While we are keeping safe and self-isolating, I thought that, you know what, I have to put up something, on this episode to still keep my entrepreneurs listening to the show as in on track. Yeah. On track. You need to be on track regardless of the situation. God's willing, we're going to step out of it. My name is Onoja, your regular host. And don't forget, this is the show designed to celebrate entrepreneurs in our society, as well as inspire, motivate, and of course encourage. And sometimes we go as hard as pushing them to go beyond their limits. We'll be taking a break now, and when we return, we shall be taking a look at what we have this week. Do not touch that dial.
We are the wind in the sails of your business. We are your compass. Chart your course towards your targets. Africa Business Radio, toward a profitable Africa.
Today's market transcends beyond ups and shops. Global trends sets the pace for today's trader. On Africa Business Radio, we bring you Social Trader, keeping you updated around the world of online business across social media platforms on africabusinessradio.com.
Every entrepreneur wants his or her business to succeed. But the sad reality is that only a fraction of startups last beyond their first 2 years of operation. And the reason is poor leadership. Now you can start with a unique, valuable idea and recruit a talented, motivated team. But even the best plans and perfect timing wouldn't make up for the lapse in leadership. And that is why today on the Trend segment, I want us to take a look at some of the bad habits preventing some entrepreneurs from succeeding. Bad habit number 1 would be focusing too much at once. That is, focusing on too much at once. Entrepreneurship can be hectic, we all know. At times overwhelming, yes. You will be playing lots of roles, handling lots of responsibilities and keeping up with new ideas daily. However, you have to narrow your focus on your biggest priorities, or else your efforts will turn out to be so thin that you will make no meaningful progress in any area. Another bad habit is remaining too focused on one thing. Remaining too focused on one thing. Now it's also possible to develop opposite habits, focusing so hard on one goal or one responsibility that you totally neglect the other elements of your business. Let's take, for example, you might be obsessed with having a perfect lunch, but have you thought about what you will do in the months that unfold after the lunch? Big question. Next habit, delaying the creation of systems and processes. Delaying the creation of systems and processes. In the early days of development, most businesses are fairly relaxed. There are only a handful of workers operating in an unremarkable location with only a handful of clients and few rules dictating processes, behaviors, or pyramids. It is not fun to create rules, systems, and processes, but it is necessary if you want to scale through. Another bad habit preventing entrepreneurs from succeeding would be overpromising. When you are new in business, you have a lot to provide yourself. And if you want a chance at winning the best clients, you have to impress them by bending the truth and exaggerating your capacity. Overpromising is a short-term solution for one problem that will cause more problems in the long term. It's far better to underpromise than overpromise every time. Moving on is where we get to meet our guest on this week's episode. See you at the Guest Corner after the break.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available as podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Oh, this feels like the final football match between two soccer warriors. Oh my God, can somebody please tell me what the African formation is? Oh, it's 4-4-2. Amazing. Cool stuff. That's just super amazing, isn't it? Africa Business Radio is doing 4-4-2 on the news with 40% Nigerian stories, 40% African stories, and 20% global stories. Now that's what I call a homegrown, heart-breaking goal! Go, 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 go! Yes. Go!
We are the wind in the sails of your business. We are your compass. Chart your course towards your targets. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Today's market transcends beyond ups and shops. Global trends sets the pace for today's trader. On Africa Business Radio, we bring you Social Trader, keeping you updated around the world of online business across social media platforms on africabusinessradio.com.
Okay, I'm back, and good to know you're still tuned in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part we've all been waiting for, a part of the show where we get to meet another entrepreneur doing so well in our industry today. Remember, this show is designed to celebrate entrepreneurs and to get you up to date on what is happening around the world of entrepreneurship. Right here, if you're ready, meet Remi Ray Arnold, a diploma holder in mass communication from Olabisi Onabanjo University. After his diploma program, he went for an advanced professional training in radio programming at the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN, NTA College, and worked both in the radio and TV sector. He as well started a blog forum, Afro Sound Promo, in 2011 in affiliation with UDR Radio in the US. He is the founder of Suave Inner City Management Limited, a full-service creative talent and promotional event management company with a mission to bridge gap between talents. Nice to have you on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is definitely your first time on Africa Business Radio. How do you feel?
I feel honored. I feel great because I know platforms like this are meant for, those doing really great. And for me at this stage, having this opportunity, it's really, really great for me. I feel honored.
I like the loyalty. I like the whole, this is me trying to be modest kind of thing, because we know you're doing so much already. So it's cool to be modest and you're doing that. All right. I've mentioned a few things about your brand. Yeah. I mean, this is me being careful not to just undersay things about your brand and stuff. And I'm glad you're here so you can actually hit on it very well. So I'd like you to hammer a bit more on your brand. That's the
Suave Inner City.
Suave.
Yes, Suave.
Suave. So what is it spelled? SWER. Okay, Suave.
SWERVE. Suave, yeah.
Suave Inner City Management. Tell us a bit more about it, please.
Yeah, Suave Inner City Management is an artist branding company. We manage artists, we brand artists. In short, we brand not just artists, be it a comedian, be it
singer,
a company, that's anything that has to do with products. We brand that product instead, and we also promote and we run publicity, and we also it's also a consultancy company, it's PR consultancy company per se. Whereby people who wants to get their stuff promoted out there needs to reach out to one PR. They can't get to that PR. They need to consult us. We need to put them through. This is how you do it. This is how we do it. We'll refer you to this person, and that's how that's how we work too. So that's just it.
Okay, so I figured you actually founded that brand.
Yes.
And then, so since when did you realize, okay, this is what I wanted to do?
Okay, actually the thing is, after my diploma, I was able to I did my IT under a few TV channel stations.
Okay.
But I'll just mention just two. I worked for 3 months with Mnet then, and also after I worked with I don't know if you know Christ Embassy very well. This church Christ Embassy, they have this TV station, Loward Plus.
Okay.
So then they were trying to spread. They decided to reach out to not just the churchy kind of people. They wanted to come down to the secular part instead. So they had to come up with this station they call Switch. That's the entertainment segment. We do normal music and all these things.
Yeah, I think
let me say what the worldly people do. So I was working there as one of the head presenters. I was handling one of their entertainment segments, mostly requests and shout outs. I go to campuses and all that, so I use that platform to give myself how will I put it, made me understand more about entertainment. But it's not about you just going to places like that. Some people will go to places like that and do one or two things for a month or thereabouts, stop working there and they stay at home and nothing is happening. So when the company they upgraded to some certain level and they had to stop the whole thing, we had to move away and all. I had to okay, fine, work more myself, and then I started working with the band and Orisha Femi and these guys. I was promoting them. So from there I had to put more effort and I stopped working with them, sat back, relaxed, and drew a plan.
And started to your own thing. Yeah. So you've been talking about I stopped, and then you mentioned the one with the Mnet that lasted only about 3 months.
Yeah.
So this is me here wondering what happened.
Yeah, actually, what happened was
because I see a lot of passion. You mentioned after your diploma program in mass communication, you went to study, what's it called? You went to do radio and TV.
Yeah.
So I am supposed to think you have a lot of passion for what you're doing or what you went for. So what's happening? You're saying I did 3 months and I stopped.
Okay, fine. I would explain that better. The thing is, one thing I strongly believe is if you're working in a firm, a media firm per se, or any firm, and you see that you're not really getting what you want there, understand? One good thing about this life is you work in a company. It's either you're there to acquire more experience, or you're there because of the salary. Understand? Fine, I was there because of the salary, because everybody needs money. Understand? But it was not coming like it's supposed to be. And on the other hand, I was so committed to my duty in that firm. So when they started upgrading, and another thing was I was working as an IT staff. Let me just be open. I was working as an IT staff there, so we have this duration of our work, understand? But after everything, they could not retain most of us as the full staff because they needed to, we don't want diploma holders, we want the BSc, we want the this, we want the that, you guys can't stay here because this is what you guys are having. But at the other hand, they were not looking at the experience you have. They're looking at the experience, in terms of you being able to handle, but they're looking at the paper level, what I'm trying to say. So that's why we just had to I had to stay back and, live there, because immediately after living there I realized I've gained something. Whatever I learn or I gain from that place, I try to work on myself instead, because I realize if I stay at home and okay fine, I can do this. I keep saying I can do this every morning. I can do this, won't take me anywhere. I can do this and I'm practicing it,
You don't have to put it
then
work.
it's still gonna take me somewhere. So I started to like practice, and from there I started farmsing. Let me use what farmsing, celebrities.
It's okay to
and
farm.
getting to know them and do free jobs for them. Wow, this guy, man, I love you. You're effective. You're very active. Your works are, okay, come, can you? No problem, sir. I'm willing to. And from there, just have to bring yourself down to some level to get to some places.
Exactly.
So that was how I started working on myself. And
So your kind of hustle actually has to do with a lot of meeting people.
yes,
And of course, the kind of people you manage actually comes to play now. And this is really important, that you have to be able to, absorb some kind of attributes from people.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know one of the challenges, or just give me like 3 challenges that you've had to deal with, or you're dealing with working with people.
okay, number one, my mom do tell me something, though she's late now. She taught me something while I was growing up. She said, no matter what you want to do in this life, I might be sent to a place to go and do something, and I get there and the maybe receptionist or whoever, one person, they're like, sorry, just stay there, just talk to you anyhow, like you're nobody, of which you are aspiring to be somebody. So I just like, okay, I take it to myself, like it's part of it, understand? So I got to learn that when you're trying to aim something, people just, this is one of the challenges though. They talk to me, like they bullshit me, but at the end of the day, I still wouldn't give up on the whole thing. I like, if part of the journey, let me just take it like that. At least one day I'll be like this too, but I will not bullshit people. Of which, yes, I am not bullshitting people. Understand? And in between the journey and everything, the challenges, I was also aspiring to be an artist. So that was part of the reasons why I was so much involved in all those things then. So at least I can find my way. But I realized, okay, fine, being an artist, singing and all, it's going to cost a whole lot of expenses, capitals and all that. And I'm beginning to get attentions from artists and upcoming artists looking up to me because I'm into this field. Why can't I just use what I've already acquired to like see if I can push them and see what I can get from it? And at the end of the day, I started with this junior boy at Junior Boy.
Yeah, I heard you manage him
and
as well.
he picked up,
Okay.
and I was cool with that. The first challenges is I was being bullshitted by people, and number 2, let me say mobility. Going to places, I find it difficult to understand. I might end up going for a meeting where I'm supposed to award a contract, not one big money contract. If it's 10k, 5k, and I still contract with the call on that time. Understand?
I understand.
You understand? So we get to that place, we spend a whole lot of fund, to get there, carry this one, carry tax, those yellow cab that year. At the end of the day, we end up not getting that stuff. We come back home depressed. Those are one of the challenges too. Understand? Like, wow, this is how it works. But at the end of the day, we still put effort in everything. We not give up and all. And also one other thing is shelter. That was one problem because
You mean shelter as to where to stay?
yes, that was
Okay.
one big problem because
At a time, are you talking about this are the challenges you faced?
I faced at the
Okay,
time. Yes,
because
yes.
this is
no,
me.
no, 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 no,
Because
no,
this guy
no, no.
literally brought a gift for me in the studio. That was a package.
At the time, that was it.
So
That was
this
at
is
the
me.
time.
Oh, better.
Yeah, that was it at the time.
Okay,
At the time,
I can't afford to collect from a homeless. I should be giving a homeless person, not a homeless person giving me. So I got you there.
At the time, it was not now. It's
Okay,
not.
cool.
At the time, it was. We will camp ourselves in places. Just okay, fine. We are having a meeting in 2 days' time, and it happens not to be in Lagos, or probably it happens to be in Osun State. I don't know anybody there. I don't really have the capitals to
Lodge a hotel or
understand.
something.
But we just have to squeeze ourselves and go there. At the end of the day, the appointment we went for will be postponed. It will be postponed by those people. They'll postpone the appointment, and we'll be like, why did we come here? What's you know what I'm trying to say? Those things was a big problem for me. Let me use the word why growing up. Understand? So those are the main challenges for me: the capitals, the bullshit, and shelter.
They were, but thank God they're no more.
They were no
Anyway, so moving on, your
no more.
type of entrepreneurship is entirely different from the ones we see on the regular. Like I've had a lot of a bunch of entrepreneurs come on the show, and it's a lot different from what you do. This is them just, they sell this and people come instantly to buy. This is them, one business or the other. Yours is that kind of business that you do that has to do with events. Now, in this part of the world, most people would rather do it themselves than contract someone do it for them. How would you say the outcome has been for you? I mean, people have to have enough to want to call someone to say, you know what, I'm going to give you this contract to organize this thing for me. Yeah. How would you say the income it is for you? Like,
yeah, the income is fair enough for now, because okay, now if I'm being contacted, okay, fine, we want to do this event. How can you plan it? We need a blueprint. We need this. We need that. You know, I have colleagues. I have friends that we started this journey together. I mean, this entertainment journey. Everybody, you know, everybody just left each other, went to work on themselves, and everybody's doing good, you know, and all that. So it happened in a way that everybody field of operation is different from. We are not in the same field of operation.
Exactly.
Different fields. If we put our heads together, it can build a monument. You know, we can then, you know, work together. So I contact them. We get together. This is what this company is bringing on the table for us to work. Okay, how can we get this? We'll work together. That's how it is. And if we see we are lacking something, we need to make research, and we dispatch people to go and, you know, make research.
So in essence, you're saying the kind of income you make, it's cool enough, it's good.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's fair enough.
Fair enough.
Well, it's fair enough, but there's still room for enlargement for
definitely.
Increase.
That's why we're working.
Exactly. That's really cool. Okay, you know, there are a lot of issues surrounding entrepreneurship. More reasons why a lot of people go into it and dash out. Right? Yeah. So sometimes we often wish there's a little something the government could actually do to help the entrepreneurs in our society.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think government could actually do to increase or to help entrepreneurs in our society today?
That's a big one.
It is.
Let me just put this in my own perspective. I would say what I think government should do is government should encourage the entrepreneurs, because it's not easy at all. Understand? You can't wake up one morning and say you want to work on yourself. This is the idea of what you want to invest in. You need capitals, and you cannot, and there's nobody to help. I just believe government should look for a means of creating capitals for us.
Even opportunities,
yes.
I think.
Understand? Because now the thing is, you tell them, fine, you want to do this thing, you need this, okay, just get the document, fill this, do that, and, you know, let's see if we can help. But, you know, in Nigeria per se, if you try that one, that's a long thing for you. You would wait.
Like you're literally on your own.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, just start doing your thing by yourself. Understand? But the thing is, while you're waiting for that to happen, you still need to look for something you can do that can at least fetch you a little penny. Maybe it might not be everyday money or something. Maybe you try to satisfy people everyday need, so you can get something in return. You know, so you have to keep up and, you know,
exactly.
put yourself together. So that's just an alternative too. So what I think government should do is government should create a means of getting capitals or giving capitals or creating capitals to the entrepreneur. I think that would help, you understand?
I think it would. I mean, aside from capital, they could as well help by giving opportunities. I mean, creating industries, and, you know, when we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about employment. We talk about, I mean, there are people who are passionate about certain things like doing businesses and stuff, and then they are surrounded with a lot of challenges. Money is always number one.
That's just the
money. Then find a place to, you know, to show what they can to people to see, to also come to patronize them is another challenge most of the times.
Definitely.
So it's a good thing, as in it's a good thing they're doing, and we hope that the government would also help in one way or the other.
We hope, because Nigeria, this country that we are, I don't. It's gonna be hard.
Mind yourself. It's not gonna be hard. It's gonna be well. Well, this is our Take Me to Jesus moment. I'd like to ask you one of the most awkward moments you've ever had in your hustle. Okay. This is like I need you to just dig. You sound like you've had lots of challenges going on and that went on that you were able to surpass and all that stuff. But just take us to Jesus. Take me back to Jesus moment. What was the major activity, one event that happened, and you look backward and you're like, Lord, how did you bring me out of this? But it's like you never had any issue with any client at any point.
Good. Craziest. I've had a lot.
I know,
it
looks like
a whole lot. You see, as some clients, you would sit down, have meetings with, talk about this. This is how we're going to make this work. This is what I want it to cost. They end up giving you that money to run that thing. Once you are done running it, satisfaction is 0 for them. And bro, you have done,
this is not what I paid you
have done
for.
times 100 of that thing.
Okay.
Satisfaction is 0. Like, they are not satisfied.
They tell you, you know what, we didn't like that. This wasn't what we paid for.
That is just the truth. They'll be like, okay, fine. While you were doing your job, someone told me this stuff is supposed to happen this way, of which the result you guys planned you would achieve is what you've achieved, but satisfaction is 0. Understand? They just like, I've been into stuff like that. It happens almost every time. Understand? But that's not the craziest.
So was there a case of returning the money, like, this is me, pay back my money?
Yeah, there was a case. There was one time I had a case of returning the money. I need my money back. I give you so I need my money back. You got to say, I don't read the text, I won't reply it.
Okay, but are you sincerely saying that, you know what, you gave all that you promised? And
yes, everything came out.
What the money could actually... Are you telling me the truth right now? Like, because you said you've been getting that, like, often. You get a lot of that. It
was not satisfied. Okay, let me just break it down to you. If I break it down, probably you might, and you will have an idea.
Okay.
Let me diversify to digital distribution now. Per se. Let me just use that as an insight. Like, whereby people get to get their song on iTunes, Spotify, all these platforms, of which that is the thing I did for the artists that caused the issue I'm talking about. Okay, I want my song on this, that, okay, fine, this is what I want, we need to achieve this. You want to run a YouTube campaign, fine, we'll run this. You want your song on top 5 iTunes charts, okay, this is what it's going to cost you to run the promotion, to catapult you to that level. You stand, this is what we'll do, okay, fine. Started the promotion and he was saying it. Later he said a colleague of his told him, we need to do this, do that. I said, sorry, your colleague told you to do this, do that, you need to do this, do that, but you cannot teach us our job.
The regular language we hear all the time from entrepreneurs. You can't teach me my job.
You cannot teach me my
job. This is what I do, so you can't tell me.
As far as I came to your office, I told you we had a meeting, this is what we are running, and you said, yes, bro, you signed, this is what we are doing. You came after, like, already getting to the end of the journey. So you now came and you're like, guy, this thing what you do, man, bro. My guy told me that his friend did it for more. When you are referring me to your friend, your guy, I would just look at you like this. I think this guy was like, bro, this thing my friend said you would do this. I said, this is what I told you would achieve, and thank God, you can see it. You wanted this top 5, whatever, you can see it. It's there. You want to say no, that he's thinking this one, that one, that within 1 week it will make so amount from. I said, who told you that? He said, my friend said you make one. That was where the issue started. Like, you got the stuff distributed in less than 2 weeks of running promotion. You wanted to make some amount of dollars from, like, does it work that way?
Wow.
No one told him. You understand? So it was the problem was too much. Like, it was really pressurizing me that this and that. I was like, guy, this doesn't work that way. Sorry to say, you're not blown. Don't mind me using that word, though, but you're not blown. So I believe when you are blown, you can say, okay, fine, I need to make this. Even though when you are blown, the money you make is not up to that what you mentioned. It's a gradual thing. The thing grows.
Exactly.
Understand? And this guy said, no. His friend said, once you do this, you must make this, and it caused issue. Like, always texting me, I need my refund. I was not replying. I never replied anything.
Okay. Another thing, I need to blame you, Remi. You do not ignore your clients' messages. I mean, you always need to find a way to resolve issues. When they send you text messages and they're like, it's my money. I mean, I have every right to feel unsatisfied to come back at you. This is not what we agreed. But if you're saying you did exactly what you guys agreed, and they still come back to you and say, this is not satisfaction for me, the best thing you would do, just in case there's a listener, some entrepreneur listening to me, I do not want you to take this thing he just said. I never reply the messages. Do not do that. I think the best thing an entrepreneur should do is, you know what, you find a way around it and resolve it nicely. In case of tomorrow, you find a way around it and resolve it nicely. So I think that attribute of, I'm not going to pick your call, I'm not going to reply your messages, is to do away. Is to be done away with. Is a do away attribute and character, so it's not even good for an entrepreneur. So if you're listening, please do not take that for an advice.
It is not good for an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
Very true.
So you need to desist from it as well.
Though I have a bot. I wouldn't have a bot for anything.
The bot must definitely be because you don't want to refund money. Because the next message you get is refund my money. This is my account number. Refund my money before this time around. I understand.
Well, at the end of the day, we met, we laughed over everything. We met at an event, we laughed over everything, and he only got to understand this how it works. Understand? So,
okay.
He understands.
So now tell me, what are the aims and objectives with your brand, Suave Inner City Management?
Yeah, we're aiming to go global, aiming to go worldwide. We're trying to leave the Nigerian market, not leave the Nigerian market. We're trying to catapult to the African market. Then from there we move to the American market. But it's a gradual growth, so we are working because what we're trying to do now is we're trying to get our artists. We want to give more of our clients more of this East African promotions.
Okay.
We're trying to take them off from the Nigerian market to the East African market. Though I tried it once with one of my artists, my personal artist, it worked for me, and ever since then, if I try to discuss with other clients and say this is what I want, we need to do to get this thing done, they feel like, wow, man, the Nigeria must blow for Nigeria first. Some people, their mentality is Nigeria first, of which yes, it is true. Because when you are blown here, I believe it will be easy for you to get over there. Because once you are blown in Nigeria, any country you have Nigerians, believe me, you will tour that country because they always want you there.
Exactly.
So, but now we're trying to get more of the market there. We're trying to get to that market. I mean, the East African platforms.
Okay,
that's one of the aims. Yeah.
So there's definitely someone listening. There's an entrepreneur listening because this show, Social Trader, is designed to celebrate entrepreneurs, and that's the reason why you're here today. And usually we have loads and loads of entrepreneurs listening to us across Africa, and this is the part of the show where we let you say a word or two to someone to encourage them. Someone who's probably like you, who is doing what you're doing, or who is just in that entrepreneurial space doing something else. So we need to hear something, a word of advice for them.
Okay, for those listening out there, especially the entrepreneurs or those who are aspiring to be one good thing is you need to be focused, and persistence is golden. Also, you need to have a plan and have a target. You need to work with time too, because for you to achieve something, give yourself a target. So time I want to achieve this. If you cannot achieve that, then at least try your best to, because it will help you a lot. That's very important too. Be focused, be time conscious, and be punctual.
Okay. That's Remi Ray right there. So in case you're just tuning in, sorry you missed out so much. So you might have to just go to our podcast channel to listen to all that we have had to talk about with Remi in the building today. Remember, we're still on the Social Trader Guest Corner, and it's been Remi Ray Arnold, a diploma holder in mass communication from Olabisi Olabanjo University, after which he went on to, garnish some more from several training on radio programming at the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, TV college in NCA Television College, and also has worked in several sectors. Now he's just there busy making money as events manager and artist management at the same time. So it's such a wonderful time with you here in the studio, and thanks. I hope when next we need you here, you would be available.
100%.
All right. Thank you so much for joining on. All right. If you're tuning in, if you're here with us, this is the part where we take a short break. And when we return, we shall be checking out our top 3 tips on how to be successful, how to enlarge your brand as an entrepreneur here on Africa Business Radio. Do not touch that dial. Okay, that was the passionate entrepreneur there on the guest segment. Now is that moment where we check out our top 3 tips on how to succeed as an entrepreneur. And I'm sure an entrepreneur listening to me right now cannot even wait to get to know the secret on how to succeed. Now, owning one's own business is part of the American dream for many people. Entrepreneurs start and maintain successful businesses doing everything they can imagine and some things they can't even imagine. The regular question is, how do you become a successful entrepreneur? Well, if you ask me, I would say, avoid failure as much as you can. Businesses fail for lots of reasons, some of which are avoidable. So guys, here I bring to you my top 3 tips for today. My number one tip on how to succeed as an entrepreneur would be assess your 3 T's. Assess your 3 T's. That would be time, temperature, and talent. No doubt, some people can alter a 60-hour-a-week day job, coach Little League, serve on the PTA board, and still have enough time to start a new business. You must be realistic about how much time you have to invest. Do you even have the right temperament to succeed on your own? Ask your friends, colleagues, and family members for an honest assessment, as it is difficult to evaluate your own temperament. The 3rd T is talent. Hard work is important, but don't underestimate the importance of talent. Superstars like Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods might make their jobs appear so easy, but that's only because they have the innate talent to succeed. My number 2 tip is work hard and be passionate. Work hard and be passionate. Now, starting a business may be the hardest yet most rewarding experience of your life. There will be sacrifices, particularly in the beginning. If you don't have true passion for your new venture, or if you have grossly underestimated the work required, you will never make it. And finally, my number 3 tip would be, show me the money. Now, if you're just joining us, this is me giving out top 3 tips on how to succeed doing business online. Obviously, you have missed out on so much as we are getting to the last lap of the show. Number 3 tip, show me the money. Show me the money. As a little bit confusing as this is, this literally means that make sure you have enough capital. Have enough capital, that's money. Because the quickest way to see your business fail is simply to run out of money. If you don't have enough operating capital, you would better be ready to do everything perfectly the first time, which is highly doubtful. As human beings. Do remember, while you have your big goal set, don't forget to celebrate your micro wins, whether or not it happens immediately or later on in the future. And there we go, my top 3 tips on how to succeed on this week's episode of Social Trader. Remember, my name is Onoja, and all I do every time I come up here is to share with you entrepreneurship, leadership, success tips on how to keep your head high on reaching your goals. Now, do remember, guys, while you're having your big goal set, I know they can be as heavy and big as anything in the world, do not forget to celebrate your micro wins. That's the little achievements you have so far. Remember, this show is not just a monologue, but a dialogue. I'm not only here to talk at you, neither am I here to just tell you things. I'm here to listen and have a dynamic, rich conversation with you. So, guys, I would love to hear from you. Do you have a goal? A big goal you've been going after for a very long time, and you began to stop and lose confidence because you think it's taking way too long? What did you hear on this episode that reminded you, oh, I get to do that? What did you hear that helps to make you feel better about the set goal? Let me hear from you. Hit us up across all our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Africa Business Radio, Twitter at Africa Biz Radio. Remember, also, you can stream live from our website, www.africabusinessradio.com, and listen, of course, to our podcast on our podcast channels. That's on the same website, www.africabusinessradio. And before I go, I need to tell you that whatever you dream, you'll become. Until next time, I am Onoja, your regular host, and once again, good luck, entrepreneur.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available as podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.